What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the DS Asylum. I'm your warden, Dimitri Strine, and today I want to talk about something that has always kind of bothered me about Zenkai units. And no, it's not the basic, they used to be too powerful or now they're not powerful enough nonsense. No, this is not a problem per se. It really only affects me, if I'm being honest. But it's something I've always not liked about Zenkais, and that's the fact, how come their Z abilities don't get buffed if they need to be? Because if you guys have been following my channel for any amount of time, you know how much I love synergy. I don't like putting units on tags, or putting units on teams when they don't buff that tag. And I especially hate singular buffers, because single Z ability buffs is genuinely what forced GT to not be a viable team until just recently, right? It was never the fact that they didn't have good units. When Super Baby 2, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and Super Saiyan 4 Super Saiyan 4 Goku came out, that was a very good core. They were very good units, but you couldn't realistically run them because they would do a lot of damage, but because every single one of them was a single buffer, they would just melt instantly. Goku and Baby could kinda take a hit. Baby had decent defenses and Goku was a good all-arounder, but it was not on the level of teams that had better Z abilities. And I've always hated that. It's what killed GT. It genuinely is. It was never the fact that GT didn't have good units. Yes, a part of the problem was they didn't get units frequently enough, so every single time GT got buffed, the units that were already there were no longer viable. But for a time, they had a very good core, but their Z abilities just sucked. And I don't know why for Zenkai units they don't fix this problem, because let's take a look at someone like Purple Turles, right? Purple Turles, with his Zenkai ability, does purple powerful opponents. So that would suggest that they want you to run him on powerful opponent. However, his Z ability is just purple. He's only buffing the purple color with his Z ability. So if you want your Z ability synergy to be as optimal as possible, you can't run this Turles on powerful opponent. You can't even use him as a bench for someone else, because he's only going to be benefiting that one purple unit that's getting the Zenkai buff as well as his Z ability buff. Like if you want a Zenkai buff LF Rose for powerful opponent, sure, go ahead. He'll be getting hella buffs out of it, but the rest of the team gets fuck all out of it. And it's how come when you Zenkai'd him and made the decision to make his Zenkai ability purple powerful opponent, why didn't you add powerful opponent to his Z ability? I don't understand why couldn't his Z ability become 28%, 14 stars, 28% to element purple or tag powerful opponent, strike, attack, and defense? Why was his Z ability not changed to accommodate the team that his Zenkai ability wants him to be run on? It just doesn't make sense. We look at this Yellow Frieza, who I never fucking Zenkai'd, but let's just go ahead and Zenkai him real quick. There we go. His Zenkai ability, yellow powerful opponent. Same as Turles, he buffs the powerful opponent tag, but with his Z ability, it's just the yellow element. These units never had a chance of making it onto the powerful opponent team because they don't buff the powerful opponent team. You put this Frieza on powerful opponent, he's only buffing himself. That's it. And fucking Yellow Broly, because most people are gonna put Yellow Broly on the bench because he does max health. So he'll fucking Zenkai buff the unit that you're not even gonna bring. It's ridiculous. And then we take a look at, hell, some of the best Zenkais in the game. Fucking Zenkai LF Gohan, right? Zenkai ability, Red Sun family, Z ability, one fucking buff. One singular buff to Hybrid Saiyan and Sun family, just blast attack. Why wasn't blast defense added to his Z ability? If you want him to truly be run on these teams, why didn't you give him the defense? And then the thing that blows me even more are units like Android 18. Her Z ability, tag girls. Zenkai ability, Android. What? That's not even the fucking tag she buffs. It's like, at least with the other ones, it was a color, right? They were buffing a color and then gained that color plus a tag in their Zenkai ability. That's bad enough. But this bitch literally buffs 2 different tags. This bitch literally does girls with her Z ability and then yellow android with her Zenkai ability. Why couldn't you just add tag android to her Z ability? I don't understand why the Z abilities are never changed. Some of them are just fine. LF Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Green Saiyan with his Zenkai ability. Z ability, Saiyan. Alright, fine. You don't need to add the green element, right? No one's clamoring to run Super Saiyan 3 Goku on a mono green team. You don't have to add the element there, but the tag most definitely should be there. It just doesn't really make much sense. Kaba, Zenkai ability, green rival universe, Z ability, green or universe 6. He buffs part of rival universe. He buffs what is technically a sub tag within rival universe. But why didn't they just swap out universe 6 for rival universe? They could have just removed universe 6 entirely and just replaced it with rival universe. I don't understand why they didn't do that. Because you can't run Kaba on rival universe unless your entire team is just universe 6 units. Otherwise, not everyone's getting that health buff, and health is quite the powerful buff. It is quite powerful. Then we have EX Zenkais, which are kind of weird because they buff just the element and the rarity, right? There's no specific tag. Nappa here, every red extreme he gives the Z ability, the Zenkai ability to, but then his Z ability is a weird, you know what, Nappa probably wasn't a good choice to make this example because he gives everyone in the game access to his Z ability, so maybe his wasn't the best. Let's try, actually no, Krillin's is actually the example of one that kind of works. Purple extreme, purple or Frieza Saga. So any purple units are actually going to take advantage of both his Z ability and Zenkai ability. Why do the extreme units have better Z ability and Zenkai ability synergy than the fucking Sparkings do? I was going to say the LFs, but most of the LFs have pretty good synergy with that as well. It's really just normal Sparkings. That's kind of it. It's really just normal Sparkings. Super Saiyan 4 Goku, again, didn't fucking Zenkai him. Couldn't care less about him. One fucking stat. But then he gives this whole thing, the purple GT. Like, why? Why? Again, it really doesn't make too big a difference. If a unit is good enough, you can run them on a team regardless of whether or not they buff that team. But you are sacrificing the power of the rest of your units. Like, you're putting so much into this one unit, right? You put Turles on powerful opponent, he's going to perform well. He's getting all those Z abilities, but everyone else is going to suffer because he's not providing a Z ability. And I don't know what the hell they were doing with Bardock. I don't know what the hell, fucking Super Saiyan Z ability, Saiyan fucking Zenkai ability. And I don't know if adding tag Saiyan to his Z ability would have even changed anything because you don't want to just run him with normal Saiyans, you want to run him with Super Saiyans, right? That's his whole gimmick. So even if you added Saiyan to his Z ability, it actually wouldn't even change all that much because his kit is centered around Super Saiyans. And fucking, I'll be good and goddamned if they change his entire kit to give those buffs to all Saiyans. Fuck. Please, no. Never, ever in 10 million years, ever. Just no. Let's not do that. But yeah, I've never understood why unit Z abilities that could use the buff don't get buffed. Obviously, I'm not saying you gotta, up the percentage on Super Saiyan 3 Goku's Z ability or give him an extra tag that he doesn't even fucking have. What are his fucking tags? Like, you don't have to add Sun Family to his Z ability, right? He doesn't buff Sun Family with the Zenkai ability, so you don't have to add it to the Z ability. If the Z ability already synergizes with the Zenkai ability, that's fine. But the Z ability and the Zenkai ability should probably synergize with each other. And even if they do, single stat Z abilities should not exist. They just shouldn't. They screw over entire teams. Not just that one unit, but the entire team suffers from not having that double buff. Like, no matter how high you make that percentage, it's not going to make it okay. Unless we go some like Hero Nail, Videl, and General Tao nonsense where they're giving 100% to one stat at 14 stars. I mean, sure. If you want to buff one fucking stat at 100%, fucking go for it. Fine. You want to give one of these Zenkais a 100% Z ability buff? Don't. Fucking don't. All right, I'll slap the shit. You know, one of these days they're gonna have to Zenkai hero units. It's an inevitability that has to happen eventually. And when they do, Hero Nail's gonna get a Zenkai at some point with his 100% to hero rarity strike attack. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna happen someday. It's gonna happen. I don't know. I'm just saying. You should probably watch out for that. But like Blue Trunks, fucking single buff. Why couldn't he get blast attack and defense? He's a blast oriented unit, right? So give him blast attack and defense. His thing isn't even all that high. 33%. Like, there are units that do that for double buffs. There are already units that give a double buff for 33%. That's not uncommon. It's usually reserved for Legends Limited units, but let's be honest here. Even some normal units, like let's just see. Let's just pick a random fucking unit from my box. Revival Goku. What is your thing? 33%. Double defense for 2 tags. Like the same fucking buff. They're the same percentage, but it's a double buff. Why not, when you make these older units more modern, give them modern Z abilities? Make them better for the team as a whole and not just themselves. Because at the end of the day, shouldn't Zenkai units be about buffing teams? I say that, but they buffed a whole bunch of hybrids when the hybrid team didn't need the help, so... Yeah, honestly, I kind of just think they Zenkai whatever the fuck they want, whenever the fuck they want, but, I mean, there's that, right? I don't know. It's just something that's always kind of bothered me. Like, at the end of the day, it's not that big a deal, right? It's not that big a deal. Caulifla's Z ability should have been changed to Rival Universe and should have gotten Strike Defense. Like, I don't understand why she doesn't have that. It's fine. It's fine. It doesn't break the game. I like having my synergy, okay? I like having my synergy. Let me know what you guys think of this non-issue. I mean, not everything I talk about has to be super important, all right? Sometimes I can just talk about nonsense, you know? Not everything has to be taken super fucking seriously. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, do make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that join button if you can, it really does help the channel out. All the links you could ever want are in the description down below. And I will see all of you inmates back here at the asylum for the next video. Peace.